we go, looking to start. There's that spare position in there, spare position with Curtis. Curtis out, as Brad had picked up before. And listening out for the start. Nice change of the lights there in order to get away. I don't think anybody jumped the start that time, so we shouldn't have any penalties. And hopefully the field to get away. Curtis it was that, as Brad had picked up, had gone wide coming out of the exit of Castro, and it just went a little bit too wide, slipped on that one and went off the track, and was then, and unfortunately, in that position whereby he was prone to the oncoming field. And that's the reason for the red flag. Now we've got a restart of the race, and all the riders are through and past the point where Curtis went down last time. So away again this time. Let's go racing. Clark out there. Clark, Zach and Jesse, the other trio, are the same three to watch. I mean, with us so often during the series, and Brad looks to be a repeat show with the three of them. They head down towards John Jones Steel.
Yeah, and I see Shane Miller, the young man from the Manawatu, he got a much better start this time as well. So he's in fourth place, latched onto this group as well with Justin Maunder, who had good late race pace yesterday and managed to get on the podium in race one. So it is going to be a full-on five-way show as they head down the northern end of the circuit into the McKissick curve. The awesome left-hander that just seems to go on for days, goes back round on itself, and they flick it right and then set up for the hairpin. It is our race winner from yesterday, Zach Fuller, in the lead, but right there, Jesse Stroud, Clark Fountain, and then go to the 20 of Shane Miller, and then the 17 of Justin Maunder, who already looks to be trying to break free of the rest of the pack.
Four of them beautiful to watch. They come down towards the bus stop through the little chicane they go. That's the route the motorbikes take. Of course, if it's a major car meeting, you'll find them. They don't go that little chicane, and it's an opportunity to make out for the rest of them. So down through we go with Fuller. There he is, laying it down on the inside. Beautiful to watch. If he wasn't here today on the Tar Seal, he'd be at the Bellray Series, fabulous cross-country race up in the North Waikato today, which is where his background is. Yes, there is a time penalty for one of our riders. We don't get to see the number to be displayed, so but the word has gone up, the time penalty, and they'll put the number on the blackboard and display it. So just when we made the comment, we thought it was A-OK for all of them away. Obviously, the officials have picked up something beyond our eyes.
I think we've got a change for the lead coming up here. We've got a change. Jesse Stroud's got the slipstream working, and Zach Fuller leading out of Castro is now back in third place as they head into the John Jones Steel left-hander turn 4. Head down. I think that looks to be Clark Fountain in second place. So he got a good drive there out of the back straight. It is now Jesse Stroud in the front with Clark Fountain, then Zach Fuller, the little three-way battle that was a good little dust-up yesterday with Justin Maunder coming alive at the end of the race. So this is more of the same in this little five-lapper.
Just love watching little Jesse here on the bike. Man, he's just so tiny. When he hangs his body off the side of the bike, of course, he can just literally have his leg showing. So there's one position where when you get the right camera shot, you'll see that he is completely invisible on the bike. He is just completely off to the side of it. Great to see. So there we go. Keen to pick it up now with Jesse, Clark, Zach, the same top three, along with Shane, Justin, Caleb Stroud in there. Man, that guy, he's quieter than Jacob and Jesse, but he's starting to make it happen in racing. He's been a later starter as well, but love the racing that he's putting in there, back in sixth place ahead of Mochueka's Liam Whelans, and to Hamish Simpson, Hunter Stoneman Boyle. Man, he was a busy man through the two-day event at Wanganui with our fabulous cemetery circuit, final round of the Suzuki Series at Boxing Day at Wanganui, and the next day he was up at the Okuia Hill Climb, an event that's been rejuvenated in the Wanganui region, and he was double classing that day, riding the Marshall Motorsport GSX 400, as well as riding this little GixR. So of course no chance of being the outright record holder, and in fact even in a class of the 125s where the 150 was in, he didn't have much of a chance either, but it was more the experience of it, and a busy young man, and great to see him getting a real taste of big-time racing over those 2 days. So nice to one, and one to look out for, Hunter Stoneman Boyle. And there we have Luca Durning, as well as Michael and Lucy, brother and sister. Man, I mean, for Michael, you imagine if Lucy gets past, he'll be won't be a happy young man, will he? With Sarah Humphrey in there, and unfortunately the non-start of Curtis after his exit from the track in the early run. Brad, you're keeping an eye on. There's all five of them there with a chance.
Yeah, there is, and it's Zach Fuller now in the lead with Clark Fountain in behind him. Jesse Stroud right there as well. So look at that, Clark Fountain up the inside and has a little run into the S's, and I think he's going to get that done. It's a classic passing manoeuvre. Just used enough of the slipstream on the front straight, and now we have a new race leader. Hasn't had the lead since turn 1 and 2. in the first lap. So Clark Fountain now finding a little bit of race pace, and he will lead them down the back straight. But slipstreaming, the name of the game in the little GixR 150s, and we'll soon find that Zach Fuller and Jesse Stroud are going to pull out, and they're going to be 3 wide as they head down the back straight with Shane Miller and Justin Maunder in behind them, not far behind as well. So look, they're weaving it all over the track, trying to break the slipstream. Not much in it as they head into turn 4, the left-hander. They're going to be 3 to 4 wide as they get it done. And it looks like it might be Clark Fountain back in the lead. He might have got back in behind after the slipstream. It might have been a double slipstream down the back straight. We'll have to have a look at the update as they head into the McKissick curve. I think it is the 3, the West Coast Warrior of Clark Fountain, who's got past in the slipstream and then got some slipstream back into the left-hander. So unbelievable stuff from the GixR 150s.
Yeah, great to watch. What an awesome 5 group here as they go towards the hip, and once again round at the lovely tight right-hander. Certainly as far as the left-hand track's concerned, that is one mean kind of a right-hander to throw into the realm, and of course where a few of the riders come undone in the point of view of being the most significant corner of the entire track, and it's against the flow of the dominant corners of this anti-clockwise circuit. All right, so here we are coming down. Oh, look at that again from Clark. So good to watch. Gets the slipstream. What about that back behind them as well with Shane Miller, I think it might have been. Shane Miller, the man to make a pounce through there. I think he's going to look much classier that time. So good work there by Shane. Look for him to bounce up the scoreboard as we look at our same 5 riders. There's a gap back to 6 who's all on his own. Then we go a 7 and 8, a 9 and a 10, and 11 and a 12. In our field at the moment. So this first 5 is fantastic, and look at it, here we go again. Here we go, little Jesse. He's the commentator's dream there because of his pocket size. He's probably ringing wet 10 kgs lighter than any of the other guys that are even then only about 50 kgs anyway. So the lightweight pocket rocket to get through there. But for me to see Shane Miller, the man making a move in amongst them, and will he be able to do anything of significance by the end of the race with Clark, Jesse and Zach definitely appearing to be the top 3, but nice to have Justin on the podium here yesterday, so he unseated some of those more likely heroes, and Shane Miller also out of the Manawatu 2 where Justin is from, putting on a great battle to fight with the rest of them. The GixR Cup alive and well.
The white flag too, so this is on the last lap heading into the hip, and we have Jesse Stroud in charge. Clark Fountain right behind him, Zach Fuller in there as well, so the 3-way, and we've got 1 down too, unfortunately 1 down. I think that might be Shane Miller, so we might have lost the 20, I think. Shane Miller, he's just getting to his feet now, so he's up and okay. We'll carry on with the race into the bus stop. Jesse Stroud will lead them through the bus stop. Clark Fountain in there, and Zach Fuller in 3rd. Run to the line, and it is Jesse Stroud by Clark Fountain and Zach Fuller. Back to 17 of Justin Warner, so it was the 20 of Shane that we lost, unfortunately there. We go to the 16, Caleb Stroud. A good ride from Caleb into the top 5 after qualifying well down. And then we go to the 22 that will be Liam Whelans by the 24. Hamish Simpson is there, so unfortunate for Shane on the last lap into the hairpin, and just lost the front coming in. But Jesse Stroud, great result from Jesse on the Team Lizard Racing Team Stroud Suzuki Shoesy Health Jewellery, little 150. Great work from Jesse, who's double classing today as well, so he's back on the Supersport 300 a little bit later on as well. So great stuff, Jesse Stroud, and led across the line as they got the white flag and managed to make it all happen. Led into the John Jones steel left-hander, and from then on just finished the rest of the lap off in style. Awesome podium there for Clark Fountain, 2nd place. Zach Fuller as well, rounding off our GixR Cup podium, brought to you by Caltex and Washdyke. As they head into the pit lane, cross down to Neil. He'll have our podiums. There's Sarah coming through there. So good ride from Sarah. It's a nice little 12th place for her. Just a exciting 5-lapper, and just some great passing and awesome racing from the GixR Cups. We'll cross down now to Neil, who will have our podium.
Oh, look at this nice work. We'll get Jesse up here quickly as the other guys are coming and taking their spot as well. So let's start with Zach, who deserves to be here. Cool, guys. So what's the track like out there, Zach? A little bit cold this morning?
Yeah, it's a little bit slippery in spots, but it's not too bad on our bikes. We haven't got as much horsepower as the others, so yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, indeed. What do you got to do to beat that guy above you there?
It's slipstream, I think, is the key, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it plans out next race.
Good, well done, nice to see. All right, Clark, you're able to get the start. You've pushed yourself in front at the beginning of that second lap, then you find it a bit of a struggle?
Yeah, well, a bit of a struggle. This new helmet was pretty good, eh? Hughes Motors have been good and gave me this helmet, so I reckon that gave me the edge to get up on this podium. But yeah, it was pretty close racing, and I felt good on the bike, and yeah, happy with that pole position.
All right, Jesse, you're starting to learn the secrets of racing, starting to get that advantage?
I was a bit surprised to see Zach not come past me at the end of the straight from slipstream, but I suppose I was happy he didn't. But yeah, it was real close the whole way, so it was anyone's race really, so it's good to see.
Well done, let's hear it. There they are, our GixRs doing another outstanding job and quality presentation of rider and machine. And yes, indeed, certainly here at the moment with Clark to acknowledge his new Hughes Motors supported helmet on board. So here we are and ready to go with the warm-up of our next race. Superb timing, guys.